Have you ever noticed that almost every vending video online starts with the same message? Just buy a machine. Go get a location. Start making passive income today. It sounds simple. But what if I told you that the biggest mistake beginners make isn't buying the wrong machine? It isn't choosing the wrong snacks. It isn't even finding a bad location. The biggest mistake is making expensive decisions before collecting enough information to justify those decisions. And that's exactly why so many people quit the vending business before they ever experience real success. If you're thinking about starting a vending business or you've recently started, this video could save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration. Because today we're going to talk about the biggest mistake beginners make, why it happens, and what you should do instead. One phrase has probably caused more financial mistakes than almost any other business advice. Just get started. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not against taking action. I'm against taking blind action. There's a huge difference. If someone tells you to buy a vending machine before you've answered the important business questions, they're encouraging you to gamble, not build. Now let's imagine two people. Person number one buys a machine because they found one on Facebook Marketplace. It was a great deal. They didn't have a location. They didn't know what products to stock. They didn't know who their customer would be. But they owned a machine. Person number two spends a few weeks researching locations, talking to property managers, learning customer buying habits, estimating sales, calculating expenses. Only after all of that do they purchase equipment. Which one is actually acting like a business owner? The second person. Because businesses are built on decisions, not excitement. Here's why so many beginners fall into this trap. Buying something feels productive. You suddenly feel like an entrepreneur. You have pictures. You have equipment. You can tell your friends, I'm starting a vending machine business. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A vending machine sitting in your garage is not a business. It's inventory. The machine doesn't create income. The location creates income. The customers create income. The buying decisions create income. The machine is simply the delivery system. Far too many people celebrate purchasing equipment before they've confirmed they'll actually make money with it. That's backwards. Social media is wonderful for inspiration. It's terrible if you confuse it with education. You'll see creators standing beside 10 machines, 20 machines, sometimes 50 machines. But here's what they rarely tell you. How many are profitable? How many barely break even? How much fuel do they spend every month? How much inventory expires? How many hours are spent servicing low-performing locations? More machines do not automatically equal more profit. Sometimes they simply mean more work, more headaches, more maintenance, more expenses. Don't chase someone else's machine count. Chase profitability. Now let's talk about the mistakes that quietly drain your money. Buying inventory customers don't want. Choosing oversized equipment for a small location. Installing machines in buildings with very little foot traffic. Driving 30 minutes to collect $20. Replacing expired products. Repairing older equipment that looked like a bargain. None of these decisions happen because people aren't smart. They happen because people skip the research phase. Hope filled the gap where information should have been. Business rewards preparation. not optimism alone. One mindset shift can completely change your business. Stop thinking like someone buying a vending machine. Start thinking like an investor. Investors ask different questions. They ask, what return can I reasonably expect? What assumptions am I making? What evidence supports this opportunity? What could go wrong? How long until I recover my investment? Those questions remove emotion. That's exactly what you want. Emotion buys machines. Logic builds businesses. Experienced operators don't guess. They investigate. Before buying equipment, they evaluate daily traffic, customer demographics, employee schedules, product preferences, machine visibility, electrical access, security, restocking logistics, nearby competition, sales potential. Do you notice something? Most of these decisions happen before the machine ever arrives. That's why experienced operators seem lucky. They're usually not lucky. They're prepared. Preparation looks like luck to people who only see the final result. And one of the core principles I teach is this: control creates options. When you move too fast, you lose options. You've already spent the money. You've already committed to equipment. Now you're forced to make the situation work. That's pressure. Controlled growth looks totally different. You verify, then invest. You install, then measure. You improve, then expand. That's how sustainable businesses are built. I would rather see someone own one outstanding vending location than 5 average ones, because one great location teaches you something valuable. It gives you real numbers, real experience, real confidence. Those lessons become the foundation for every machine you add later. I know everyone talks about scaling. Scaling is exciting, but your first goal shouldn't be scaling. Your first goal should be proving your system works. Can you consistently identify good locations? Can you price products correctly? Can you manage inventory? Can you service machines efficiently? Can you make decisions based on numbers instead of emotions? Once you've answered yes to those questions, scaling becomes so much easier. Growth should be the reward for discipline, not the substitute for it. If there's one idea I hope you remember from today's video, it's this: don't let excitement spend your money. Let evidence make your decisions. The people who build lasting vending businesses aren't always the fastest. They're the most disciplined. They're willing to slow down long enough to verify that an opportunity actually makes sense before they invest. That's the philosophy behind everything that I teach. It's why I created the controlled income vending system, to help professionals build additional income without gambling their savings, their stability, or their family life. If you're serious about starting a vending machine business the right way, I've created a free control start checklist that walks you through the questions every beginner should answer before buying their first machine. You can download it today at controlledvending.com. If this video helped you think differently about building a vending machine business, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who's considering getting into vending. And remember, control creates options. Verification beats speculation. And successful vending businesses aren't built by moving fast. They're built by making smart decisions over and over again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.